How's it going, everyone? My name is Clink, and welcome to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So this is the first of the 3D Zelda games I'm going to be doing. The first one that came out. And this is the first Zelda game I ever played personally. So I could either do a randomizer, boss rush, or the vanilla game. We're just going to do the vanilla game today. This is going to be played on the Ship of Harkinian version of the game. So this is the fan-made PC port that released a few years ago, and the newest version of it. So let's get going, shall we? In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. Children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Ooh, that was kind of explosive, actually. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it, the climate of evil descending upon this realm? Malevolent forces, even now, are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend, and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly. The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. And we can journey with Navi over to Link's house. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So, this is being played with DJ PJ's, is that how you say his name? I'm not sure. His 3DS texture pack. So this makes the game look a lot more like Ocarina of Time 3D, which is actually the version of the game that I've always played. I've played the original version all the way through once, at least like the actual original Nintendo 64 release. Every other time I've played this game has been through the 3DS version, so I was ecstatic once I found out that this texture pack exists. Hello, Clink, wake up. The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Clink, get up. Come on, buddy, you got it. You can do it. Hey, come on, can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? Possibly. You finally woke up. I'm Navi the fairy. The great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. Okay. So here we are. So Ship of Harkinian is pretty cool. You can actually adjust the HUD quite a bit, as you can maybe see a little bit there. But welcome to Kokiri Forest, and we can meet Saria. Hello, lovely. Yahoo! Hi, Clink. Hello! And because we're awesome, we're gonna flip right off the edge. Wow, a fairy. Finally, a fairy came to you, Clink. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Clink. Is that right? The great Deku Tree summoned you. It's quite an honor to talk to the great Deku Tree. Wait for here, get going. Okay, so I'm not going to read every bit of dialogue. And I'm not really going to go over a ton of the changes. Just know I have some quality of life changes enabled. This includes a free camera control. And you can see I've adjusted the HUD quite a bit. I've got the hearts and rupees and minimap all closer to the corners. I'd honestly have the hearts even higher up if I could, but I couldn't figure out a way to get them higher than they are now. I've changed the coloring of the C buttons. This is kind of just to help me out in a way, because I'm playing with a Switch controller for this, connected to my computer. And where's the other rupee? Come on, there we go. So since the Switch's buttons are all gray, I just made them gray. I can map items to the D-pad. And there's a few other things I have enabled. We're going to be able to use the bunny hood like it's in Majora's Mask. There's not going to be any pausing from the gold Skulltulas. It's pretty cool. It's really great. Absolutely fantastic changes that you can have enabled here with Ship of Harkinian. Let's go ahead and go get the Kokiri Sword, though. I'm probably gonna move pretty quick. I haven't really decided what all I will do, but I will probably do some of the major side quests within the game. I don't know if I'll get all the heart pieces. I definitely am not getting all the gold Skulltulas. I've done that once, and I'll probably never do it again, personally. But let's go on ahead and get ourselves... You got the thing! It's the Kokiri Sword. It's awesome. It's a classic. Who doesn't love the Kokiri Sword? We'll go on ahead and save for the first time. So, the very first sword. So yeah, this was my first Zelda game personally. I got this game back in 2012. I really wanted to play Kid Icarus Uprising. And I think I've told this story once or twice on the channel, maybe in some of my other Zelda series, I'm not sure. But I was at Target with my dad, and I had the money to get the game, which was, you know, Kid Icarus Uprising. Fantastic 3DS game, by the way. If you've never played it, go play it. And actually, I'm gonna turn the music down just a little. If I need to change this later, I will, but I'm gonna go on ahead and turn the music down just a little bit. I'm not gonna turn it down a lot, but it is getting pretty loud up there. And I'll try to keep the toolbar off when I can. And this is not the building I thought it was, but these people all tell you various things about the controls and whatnot. But, so I went to go get Kid Icarus Uprising, and Target actually had a buy two, get one free deal going on 3DS games. So I decided to get Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, because my dad said he would buy me another game so I could, you know, get the free one. And is this the recovery heart? I think it is. Yeah. And the third game I picked out was Ocarina of Time on a complete whim. I had heard of Zelda. I had played a bit of Four Swords Anniversary Edition, actually. I had gotten that free on DSiWare, but I didn't really know what to do. I hadn't played it too much. Oh, I did get that rupee already. Okay. I know I already have enough money, but I'm gonna go and collect as many rupees as possible, because why not? And so I brought it home. I started playing. It was interesting, but I didn't really get it. I had never really played an adventure game like Zelda before, so it didn't really click with me yet. And hello. And so it took me a while to play the game. It actually took me probably about a year to beat this game for the first time. It felt so massive to me. So this was kind of a childhood introduction for me, but I actually grew up with the 3DS version. I'm 21 now, so I kind of grew up with a lot of these classic Nintendo games, just in a slightly different way, personally. But doesn't change the fact that I still love a whole lot of them. And Ocarina of Time here, still one of my favorite Zelda games. I think this is a phenomenal game. But that's why I really would have liked to do a Let's Play of the 3DS version, but I don't have a way to capture the 3DS, and Citra, one, you know, Nintendo kind of recently pulled the plug on that one. But there's also just the fact that DS games to me just don't fit well with recording, and I know people do it, but I don't know, I just can't be satisfied with it. I want it to take up the whole screen, I want it to look nice, and thankfully, the fans do what Nintendo don't in a lot of cases, so we can, we have this amazing team of people that, you know, they took the source code of the game that leaked back in 2020, they made a full decompilation of the game that can run on PCs and has all these amazing mods that we can use to enhance it. And at this point, it's essentially a fan remake instead of just a port, because the places that they have taken Ocarina of Time are so tremendous at this point, which is nothing short of stellar. So it makes me really happy to be able to play the game like this, as I think it's great. If you, I mean, and the best part is you can play it just like the original Nintendo 64 version if you want to. And I actually kind of want to get a few more Deku sticks just before we enter the Deku Tree here. Which I'm wondering if I'm gonna do the Deku Tree today. I don't want to make this part super short, but I also don't really want to make it super long. I mean, if I have to, I'll cut in the middle of a dungeon, but we'll let the Deku Tree talk here. I don't know, cutting in the middle of a dungeon seems kind of weird. I'm not sure, we'll see. Because I don't want to make it like 40 minutes or something, but yeah, the great thing about this port is if you want to like route your computer into a CRT monitor and still play at 240p, you can do that. If you want to throw on all the texture packs you want and play the game in 4K, you can also do that. So this port really does preserve the game in its purest form, while at the same time enhancing it to never before seen heights, if you ask me. So I think stuff like Ship of Harkinian is an absolutely wonderful thing to have around, and I really hope we can get more stuff like it in the future. Okay, some of those sound effects are super loud, and part of that might just be into my ears and whatever. But I am gonna, I don't know. Like I said, I'll play around with it, and I already have the sound effects a bit lower. I'll have to play around with it a little bit after I record this part and just see how things sound when I play it back. But yeah, I think Ship of Harkinian is amazing, honestly, and I really hope we can see stuff like it for Majora's Mask. But I don't know, we've been waiting quite a while on the decompilation of Majora's Mask, so I expect we'll see it one day, but I'm honestly willing to wait until it's done to to do a Let's Play. Oh yeah, I also have the faster vine climb speed on. Anything that really makes you move a little faster, I've pretty much turned on for this. It's pretty great. I really like a lot of these kind of things. Like even the Zora King will move out of the way faster. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the OBS levels because they peak pretty close to where I peak at. So I don't know. I'm a little worried about it, but let's go on ahead and head in here. The interesting thing is, so there's two big texture packs for Ship of Harkinian here. There is the 3DS texture pack that we're using here, and then there's also Ocarina of Time Reloaded. That's a 4K texture pack that's a little more in line with what you'll get for the original visuals, kind of preserving their spirit. But it's a great texture pack. I actually kind of preferred it over this one for a little while, but this one seems like it got some updates or something that just make it look a little nicer, because I thought some of like the grass textures just looked really rough, but now it honestly looks really, really good. So I'm pretty pleased with it. It's almost everything I could ever ask for, honestly. But here's the Slingshot, the dungeon's item. We can go on ahead and equip this to whatever. So the way I like to play the game is I actually have the C buttons mapped to about what you would get if you've played Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD. It's pretty similar to that. So I have a C left on my Y button, then C right on my X button, and then R is my C down button. And there's also gyro aim, so I'm moving my Switch Pro controller around right now to kind of control the Slingshot. You can still use the stick if you want, just like you can in the original. But I've grown up playing Zelda games with the gyro aim, and I forgot I had the cursor on. But it's super cool and really neat. I think now that we have the item, I'm gonna go on ahead and cut this first part here. A bit of an odd spot to cut it, but I just kind of wanna, I don't wanna, you know, make these way too long or anything. So I'll end this here, and then I'll see you guys next time where we'll just continue on our journey. Bye-bye.